Assalaamu calaykum waraxmatullaahi wabarakaatu dhammaan asxaabta meel walba aad joogtaan maalin wanaagsan waa walaalkiin Khaliil Raxmaan oo idinle isku soo noqod wanaagsan halka aad naga daawanaysaanna waa Kaftan iyo Mawele channel fadlan haddii aad nagu cusub tahay subscribe like and share inta ma naga ilmaamin gambaleelkana furo si aad u noqoto qofka ugu horeeyo oo daawado waxyaabaha xiisaha badan oo aan soo gelin doono maanta waxaan halkan idinkugu haynaa barnaamijyo xiiso leh oo ku saabsan xaaladda magaalada Busia ee xuduudda Kenya iyo Uganda iyo saameynta uu ku yeeshay coronavirus iyo bandowgii ay dawladda ku soo rogtay fadlan mar labaad iyo mar saddexaad waxaan ka codsanaynaa inaad subscribe noo saarto haddii aad nagu cusub tahay daawasho wanaagsan.
Each truck that arrives at the Busia border point linking Kenya and Uganda joins the already long queue of trucks and tankers.
Studio mataga fresh there. Betusha wanokusha mukaga. Weda tuli mulayini yao. Mbera sinungi na katone.
This trouble comes on the heels of the impounding of several fuel tankers by Kenya Revenue Authority of unpaid taxes. This exacerbates fuel shortage in landlocked countries like Uganda and Rwanda.
The supplies from Middle East that supply us through Mombasa, because of this problem we are debating about, they have reduced their production.
The Minister for Energy and Mineral Development, Mary Goreti Kututu, blames the closure of the gates at the border on a breakdown in communication and interpretation of presidential directives. President Museveni, in his previous communication on the measures for prevention of the spread of COVID-19, stopped all passenger flights jetting in and out of the country. The same applied to entry by road and water, except for vessels carrying cargo.
The president said that nobody should be allowed to cross the border on foot. There should be in the trucks 2 people, a turnboy and a driver, not so. Now I'm told some of these papers are moved on either border by agents on foot. Now that one, presidential directive is a presidential directive until we reach it. So what is being handled, that was because of misinterpretation of the presidential directive.
Only Kenyan truck drivers have been able to cross. Ugandan exporters are protesting against the preset conditions requiring clearance by Kenyan agents.
The Kenyan agents are fuming. They want to clear both Uganda and Kenya. Right now it's not allowed. However, Kenyan government has also now retaliated by blocking the Ugandan trucks and the drivers from entering Kenya.
Traders here have started feeling the pinch, which will be subsequently felt by consumers. The chairman of Kampala City Traders Association, Everest Kayondo, says it was obvious that the country was headed into a period of shortage once restrictions on movement of people started.
It is tricky if you allow goods to move and you are not allowing people to move. Who sources these goods? So the shortages have to happen and the prices have to go up.
Countries globally are in a fix trying their best to save lives, but
as travelers come, or whoever is coming from Kenya, be it on foot, whether on bus, they reach our point, they wash hands, they sanitize, then we spray them. Those ones with temperatures above, 38 and above, then those ones we isolate them and we have not received such cases. The few we have got, we have subjected them to RDT, that is malaria test. Rapid diagnostic test for malaria, and they have proved positive.
The situation is still calm, but with a lot of worry and fear. We don't know what is going to happen. At the moment, government has put up a tent where the entrants are screened from and something like that. People share schools. Ugandans go to Kenyan schools. Kenyans come to Ugandan schools. We share water sources. It is quite a big challenge.
Abantu bali kuyita bangi up and down. Nenga tewaliko government ekito omugaso esobola okubanga etekinga abantu abayingira n'abafuluma. Naye wali ku mupaka wenyini ku border wenyini wali bantu bali kola service nnungi naye mabega wano amakubo ganage mabega batuyambe baterewo ka basawo babenga batuchekinga abayingira n'abafuluma.
We have issues with those other entry points. Busia border is very porous. We have a number of inlets and outlets. So we are based at the border entry where migration officers are. But those other outlets and inlets, we are not yet there. But the numbers are few. The staff who are here are few. I'm in charge, but I'm working with the other 5 people, so we are 6. We had a meeting with the Red Cross manager, Busia branch, and he promised to get us some volunteers to work with us.
The Busia border covers 57 kilometers of land stretch from Majanji to River Malaba and has over 200 ungazetted routes that are mostly porous. It is the major port of entry for Kenyan goods into Uganda. Charles Wanyama, the chairperson, LC3 Buhehe sub-county, now says they will close them down.
We are getting some challenges. Our counterpart in Kenya continue ferrying people from all over Kenya, Kisumu. They ferry them here because we don't have manpower to deploy on these entry points. Bunyide, Bunyadeti, and Rukadai Muganiro. People continue coming from Kenya, and it's unfortunate that some local leaders are not actually helping us to stop these people, chase them back.
In Bunyide and Bunyadeti in Buhehe, human smugglers ferry travelers across River Sio at a fee ranging between 20,000 and 40,000 Uganda shillings. In Nangwe in Dabani sub-county, several illegal routes and bridges have been constructed to evade the thin number of army and police deployed along the border. Eleportu has been joined by some concerned residents to sensitize border communities on the dangers of COVID-19, says collaboration with security officers and residents was key in stopping the illegal movement of people from Kenya.
That war against the coronavirus is not about only security or police. It's everyone's responsibility. Police are here guarding the route known, but people are being passed other routes. But if they also help police to guard those other panya routes people are using to enter into a country, then we shall be able to manage to fight this.
Mike Chris Okiria, the Busia resident district commissioner, says that the area has a big challenge because some people have their relatives in neighboring Kenya and many of them use the porous routes.
We have reminded the sub-county chairpersons, security committees to sit and plan on how to man and make sure that nobody crosses from Kenya to Uganda and nobody from Uganda crosses to Kenya. And thirdly, we have also encouraged them to discourage this element of people smuggling sugar, smuggling rice, and smuggling cooking oil. So we have also reminded the URA enforcement to join the sub-county team in making sure that there is no smuggling across those entry points.
Health workers who are attached to Busia One-Stop Border Post Coronavirus Screening Center say that porous routes are a big challenge to the smooth screening exercise for the people who are entering the country from Kenya.